shit's on it. I want to get from there.
I don't know, Balazs from Hungary, from Vancouver.
You all know Balazs, right? Woo! You've seen him on the stage.
These guys are competitive too. They're competitive.
So listen to the love. Listen to the love.
Thank you, baby.
You're very welcome.
Thank you very much. So, Balazs wants me to read this here. He said, I don't know if I can read this. That'll be bad word here.
You can't even see it.
He says, all right, I'll do it.
He's trying to be.
He says, have a wicked, awesome, bad booty training today, brother. I wish I could be there learning and teaching. Let Colten know I'm proud of him for being a speaker. Oh, and also let him know I'll be #1 on the 8-point leaderboard when they update it Monday. Laugh out loud, ha ha ha. Have a fun day.
What's up, guys?
Woo!
Thank you guys all for being here because I was in a seat right where you guys were. So I don't want you guys to think that where I'm at, it's not capable for you guys to do because it's very capable. I want to let you guys also too, speaking of competition, me and my buddy Dylan are having an Instagram competition. So all you guys add me on Instagram right there. Alright guys, I'm going to teach you guys how to get to 6A very fast. Because I did it very slowly my first year. Second year, very fast. So I learned how to do it fast. So here we go. I want to talk to you guys an in-depth version of my story. So how I found out this was completely by accident. I was not intending to do network marketing. What I was trying to do was be a professional volleyball player. Since 14, I always looked at athletes. I thought that was the thing to do. They make money, they have fame, they have freedom of time. But once I found out my 35-year-old coaches and I saw how they were living, it's not what I wanted. So during that same exact time, my mom, for about 8 years, had an autoimmune disease. And eventually, after the 30-plus doctors she went to a doctor in Florida. After about a month on the water, most of my mom's symptoms were like 90% to 100% gone. She was having things like chronic ulcers in her mouth where she wasn't being able to talk to anybody or even me on the phone. And this is when I was going to college and she was in Florida. Another thing she was having was shingles, so it was hard for her to sit. And my mom's here. Can you guys please give her a big round of applause? She's the reason that I'm here. Not only because of the benefits of the health, with her not being bedridden anymore, but she's also the one who motivated me to get to 4A. But so the first thing, I hear this crazy story and I didn't believe it, like most of us, right? It's just too good to be true, and I totally feel where you guys are at. But I went to a demo in Santa Ana, and I saw this guy, you might have heard of him, named Daniel DiMacaulay, right? And I was introduced to network marketing at an early age because my mom was actually doing network marketing for a different company before this. So it was a career option I was slightly looking at. And I was kind of looking at her company. I knew it was an option that I could pursue because it was something that already in the family. But I was looking at her company. It wasn't a product I believed in. And I was like, all the work you do for $20? Right? You guys know, but it's like $20 forever. That's what they say, right? But then I looked at the comp plan and I saw the 1710 and I was freaking out. Because at the time I had no money and I think the most I ever made was like $15 an hour. I'm like, that's 100 of my working hours if somebody else sells one. So immediately, I call them on to the demo. I'm like, I want to do this business. I am so excited, but I have no money. Let's do it. I think I waited, and I had $1,000 from Christmas. And there's no third-party financing yet. So we only had the Enagic financing. So that's what we did. I did the Enagic financing. So when people say, oh, I didn't get approved for a Comerica or anything like that, I'm like, great, neither did I. So I honestly think it's better if people don't get approved for third-party financing because it motivates them to work harder. Yeah. So immediately, Daniel says to give out water. So that's what I did. The one thing I feel like I'm very good at following instruction. When somebody says to do something, I'll do it. So I was giving out a lot of water, and actually I got my first sale in about a month. My aunt, who was suffering severely from something called Morton's neuroma, the pain went away in about 3 gallons. And this was something she was embarrassed to say, and she was got to get surgery for in about a week or 2. She delayed her surgery, never got it, got the ST501. So that was my first sale. It changed my aunt's life, and that was awesome. The water work strictly product. I kept delivering water for about 2 more months, probably like 30 gallons a week, no sales. And then something happened, college came, my last year of college, and I didn't have time to do the delivering of water. I didn't have support. You know, me and my mom started at the same time. Our upline is a busy doctor. She's working 90 hours a week, 500 an hour. You know, an SC501 sale for her, it's not a big deal. So we didn't have support. We didn't know there was a Saturday call. We didn't know there was videos on YouTube. So if you guys have anything, if we didn't know this was here, we had nothing the first year. We were trying to figure out, what do we do after we deliver water? You know, and I remember my second sale was a year later, and it was because I followed up with my guy, and his girlfriend closed him for me. She said, just buy it. Colten's so nice, he's been delivering me water for almost a year. So you guys can sell this by giving away water only, right? But I didn't want to just sell 1 machine a year. I want a 7-figure income. My why is because I see where my dad is at, and my biggest fear is to be in his situation right now. So that's my why. I wake up and I just do not want to be in the situation that he is in with his finances and with his relationships, which also ties to finances because he doesn't have freedom of time. And also, too, a big thing that helped me with this path, when she was doing network marketing and I was a little kid driving with her, you know, to school, she would listen to stuff like Jim Rohn, Tony Robbins. She would pay me to read books. I mean, she was the best upline ever. She was training me from a young age. And I remember when I was little, I would be like, no, let's listen to AM 710, Disney Channel. I hated all this stuff. I didn't like it. But eventually, I had to make it a priority. I had to make it a priority once I graduated college, because I had to look at my life. And that's it was really scary. I have a lot of my teammates in here. And it's that time where we're raised to be professional volleyball players and go on to the Olympics. But we look at our coaches and our bodies are banged up. You know, I don't want to be where they're at when they're 35, you know, sharing a room with another ex-pro athlete. And I came here and I was looking at people like Eli and Daniel, like, I want what they have. And so I made the decision to do this business full-time, even though I wasn't able financially to do it full-time. So what I did, I thought I got the best job I could, which was a part-time personal training job at an affluent gym. So I thought that was the best thing I could do to start my full-time career at Enagic. And my mom actually drove across the country, moved right next door to me. We lived across the street from each other for about a year. And we still didn't know what to do. But you know what? We were a team, and we were so, I'm getting emotional. Because it was really hard, guys. Just like how Bob Ridelli was saying, 8 till 8, that was us, but I think even more because I was working the job, they hated what I was doing, I kept trying, people were naysaying, my friends were saying bad things, and it was just so much negativity. My dad was cussing at me, my grandma, it was just so much, but you know what? I would only listen to the people I wanted to be like. Woo! By myself, right? I probably went to about 10, 15 meetings by myself because I didn't know how to invite. I didn't have an upline to tell me all the things I was doing wrong. So I learned by trial and error. And when I would go to these events, there's people like Jerry Kostka, Michael Kinnett, Ryan Murphy, all these people. And what my mom would do, she was really good at letting me know that if you have a question, don't be afraid to ask it. So every week I would go by myself, I'd write down 3 questions I couldn't get answered from our doctor or my mom, and I would ask Daniel, Michael, or somebody, and they'd answer those 3 questions. Eventually, I started to get maybe 1 person. Maybe, and then a couple people came in. It started to get a little easier because I feel like this business is like playing an instrument or making, a sports team, right? The first time you played basketball, did you make your first shot? It was probably horrible, but you get better. So I started to get a lot of help from these people, and I was doing things like I was training Jerry Kostika's son, so I was spending a lot of time with him. I would take Ryan Murphy out at night with me. I was trying to call Daniel, but he wouldn't call me back. But I knew I had to surround myself with people I wanted to be like. That was the big thing, and I kept persevering. I kept asking questions, and when they would tell me to do something, I would do it. Because I listen to them and I apply exactly what they say. There we go. So these are some of the things when I grew, because not only do I grow in actions, you have to grow in your mind. So these were the beliefs that were holding me back personally. The first one that I thought is no one will go to a demo, so my business won't grow. Because I couldn't get people to go to a demo. And the hardest thing was, I remember this, the way I learned how to do a demo is right when I hit it, it took me about maybe 6 months once I made it a priority to hit, to make about enough money to where I was okay to do this full time, so I quit my job, and I was never doing a demo, I was just plugging people in every week to the same meeting. 2 weeks after I go full time, that place that was always running for the last 6, 7 years that I actually moved close to it to do, they closed down. So I finally learned how to get people to go to a demo, but then it closed down. So I actually had to learn how to do a demo real quick. The way I learned it, I went on YouTube, typed in Daniel DeMacaulay, and for maybe about 30 hours in the first month, I hand wrote everything he said. That's what I did. Another thing, I thought it was my upline's fault. I was blaming my mom. I was debating on switching under somebody else and not telling her. But that was me. I was blaming, right? Another thing I said, I can't sell this thing. Because I thought I'd never done sales before. I didn't know what to do. But then I said, word of mouth advertising happens whether we like it or not. When I was a little kid, I would sell Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
They would buy Charizard from me, right? Or I would tell someone, go see this cool movie I just saw. And they'd go see it, right? But I wouldn't get compensated for what they do. So now I have a water that I love to drink, and when my friend wants to drink the same water, I get compensated for it. Since the water didn't do anything miraculous to me, it wasn't worth it. Because I was very into health. My mom had miracles, and I thought, if somebody doesn't experience my dad's gout going away, like my dad, that's why he bought it. Or, my aunt, that's why she bought it, because these miracles. But I realized you're going to be buying one of these whether you like it or not. I was already buying water. So that was a limiting belief I had. Only old people will do this. Because if you look in here, right, I was the only young person. There was Ryan Murphy, he was a 4A. And everybody was probably even older today. And way, way older. So that was really hard. And that's why Dylan, Elisana, and our whole team were having our own event. 6 months. Yeah. Because I had to make sure that they have to know everything about the machine. I thought I had to say every word perfectly, antioxidant, and I had to explain it really well. I was trying to be the best explainer. Now I don't say anything. I'm the best person to say I don't know. I don't know, and I throw them to a video. I can't let other people know I do network marketing. That was really big. I was extremely scared of telling somebody that I do a business that I could profit from. Because I thought they were thinking down on me. Now the first thing I say when someone asks, what do you do? I say, I sell medical equipment for a network marketing company. And the responses I get with the confidence I show them is the best I've ever seen. Another thing I thought, people had to drink the water to buy it. I thought you had to deliver water in order to sell these things. You don't. That's your belief. That's the person's belief who's up here. I mean, I think that's a great way to do it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not something you have to do. I thought they had to finance with Co-America. I thought they could only buy one machine. Now I'm selling people 3 or 4 machines at once. That's a belief you personally have if you're only selling an SC501 too. I thought I couldn't sell a K because I didn't own one yet. It's whatever you believe, that's what's going to happen. It's all in your mind. What other things? Other things are more important than this business. If you guys know what I know and what the other people up here know, you will do nothing but build your business. What did I just do, Mom, that you got mad at me for? I skipped out on my birthday dinner to do a demo for Josh. The whole family I bailed on him to go do a demo. He didn't sell any machines, but it doesn't care that I didn't sell any machines in that demo. It was just the act of me doing it. Because the only thing I have control over is the things that I can control. I can't control what they think, right? Or what Dylan would say is, nope, everyone can be close. They already have a Kangen system. So I met some people. It's getting more popular. If they have a Kangen system, but they're not in the business under me, they're not doing it correctly. They don't know what I know. So now I'll sell people a Kangen system just to the business under me. So everything that you think it's not possible, it is. It's just a belief that you guys currently had and that I currently had. The reason I got away from these things is because my consistent action, the people I was hanging out with, and the books I was putting in my mind. The people I attracted in the beginning, and a lot of you guys know, some of them were not that cool people. I was a hunter. I was trying to hunt people, and I didn't care who it was. I was trying to sell these to make money and get by, right? And the people that we were around, like, there were some people, oh my gosh, it was unreal. But I was attracting them. I was bringing them into my life. Now, if you guys look at my team, these guys are studs. All these guys and girls right here, it is unreal. The only reason they're here is because what I truly believe with this business, with our team, and where we're headed. That's what's happening with me right now. Your downline will copy you. And you guys know the only way to pursue this as a business is if you have a good downline. So personally, I work more smart. I don't know anybody in here who works more than me. I mean, probably Daniel, there's probably a few people, maybe there's, you know, they're coasting right now, but I personally don't think there's anybody in here that works harder than me. Balaz, yes, but I've been doing some other things I haven't been trying to sell lately. We're trying to build something different, but I'll catch Balaz. That's limiting belief. Like, I know I'll be number one for a long time because that's what I believe. And I want to support these guys. I want all of us to grow together. Excitement and third party. So this is huge for our team, right? I like to say you have to understand what people are talking about, but you can't speak it. It's like if somebody goes, well, what does alkaline mean? What does this do? What does this business do? You say, I don't know. I understand what you're saying. I'll throw you to the video. Because you count as 0 exposures, and whatever you say doesn't matter. It only matters what a third party say. So everything is a third party. And I use third party all the time. That's how me and my team are able to close some people in 20 minutes. Because we're using the tools that are effective. Knowledge. So again, guys, I listen to those who've already done it. So that is the biggest thing with everything in life. You have to look who's already done it, listen to what they say, and apply it immediately. You do not even question what they say. Because if somebody hasn't done it, they truly do not know it. They have to have it be done. And what are you guys putting in your mind right now? Everybody in this room, you are currently what your environment is. The music you're listening to, your kids, your grandparents, your friends, what are they listening to? Are they watching TV? Are they listening to music? Are they watching sports? True successful people are focused. They are not balanced. Balance does not bring happiness. I am the happiest I have ever been in my life right now.
Woo!
And I am extremely focused. I was happier to do a demo and not sell a machine than go to my own birthday dinner. Because I know it's bringing me closer to my why, my goal.
Wow.
And currently, when some of my downlines are getting upset, with their new prospects, I say, do not get upset with them. get upset with their surroundings and their environment. Because they are only the product of their environment, the stuff that they're listening to, the people they're talking to. So when you look at recruiting, don't look at recruiting one person, look at recruiting their environment. Because that's what the magic is. The team culture. I mean, our team culture, I feel like we're all on the same page here. You know, maybe some of us are a little bit more developed because we have more hours and we have more reps put in. Because if you guys listen to any expert has 10,000 hours put in. So me, if I started younger, I have more hours. So you can't compare yourself to me. You can only compare yourself to you. But since our culture, we hang out a lot. I think hanging out is way easier than inviting somebody to a water party. Right? And if you guys can't lead 20 people to a movie you guys want to go see, don't even try to lead 20 people to a water event. It'll never happen. You guys have to learn how to be a leader socially first before you can lead somebody in business. Learn how to throw a fun party. Learn how to throw a get-together. I mean, I had my birthday. We had like, what, 60 people there? And I was low on the invites. I could have bumped it up a lot more. But something that I also did in college, I was really good at throwing parties. We were, right? I mean, it sounds fun, but what you do when you throw a get-together, you lead people. Leading is very easy. You pick a time, you pick a place, you pick an event, and you mass invite. And make sure the first one usually is something people want to already be doing. Because if they follow you once and they had a good time, they will trust you and they will follow you again into a water event. Or maybe one of these things, right? And the people who have the most people here are going to be the most successful. So get very good at leading. To be the best at this business, you have to lead the most people in the common direction. And the biggest thing you have to focus with your team, with our team, we have to get rid of negativity and we have to get rid of confusion.
Love it.
And with our team culture too, all of us are so socially aware, we're so inspired, we're so motivated and driven that when we bring our prospects to hang out with us, they almost feel awkward they're not doing the business with us. They go, I think I have to buy one of these machines to hang out with them. I think I have to prop an event again. I think I have to be a 6A to hang out with them. But it's just the culture. We're not forcing it on them. It's just how they feel. We don't even have to say it. They see 20 bottles when they go to my dinner. You know, we go to this club and there's bottles. They're like, how did you get these bottles in? Because I wanted to have them come in. If you guys truly want something, you will do it. When people say, oh, I didn't get approved for the third-party financing, I can't do it. Like, if you truly wanted it, you will do it. You will truly get whatever you truly want. This is the secret, guys. It's showing somebody a demo, live demo, and the comp plan. The biggest secret is there are not a lot of secrets. There are few fundamentals. So there's a story I heard of one of the people I listened to. He talks about this one ancient, actually Brandon turned me on to him. And there's this one story of this ancient karate master. And there's another guy over here who's getting introduced to this karate master. This guy says, show me the most secret things ever. This guy says, I'll teach you how to punch. He goes, no, I want to know everything, the secrets, the dark, like all the cool stuff. And he goes, let me see you punch first. After a big argument, finally, he goes this, here's a flame right here. I want you to put the flame out with your punch. So he throws a punch really fast, puts the flame out. He was very impressed with himself and very happy. The master comes over here. He throws a short punch 10 feet away, puts out the flame. He goes, I am not afraid of the 30,000 punches you've done once. I'm afraid of the one punch you've done 30,000 times. Like, are you guys doing a demo? Are you doing a demo? Do you guys see this green tea? The tomatoes? Are you going to feed your kids this? I mean, this is crazy. I bring my neighbors. I'm like, Pablo, come here right now. I grab him. I know you've never seen it. I'm like, watch this green tea. Look at this comp plan. This is what I do. And he is freaking out. I haven't even said anything. I'm just excited, and I show it to him. Because I've done a demo a lot now. And that's how I got up so fast, because I go to my downlines, and we're about to do this, guys, so it's got to be really fun. We're going to make a list, and we're going to be like, let's do 3 demos a day. and I will be the one doing all the demos. Until they're usually 3A, 4A, because they're not going to do a good demo unless they've seen it a lot, right? Like they're an apprentice, and I was an apprentice, but you have to duplicate that. And I think that's very duplicatable. But you have to be willing to put in the time. I work very hard. I work all day, every day. But is this really work? No. Is it? My dad's like, you work all the time. I'm like, but I'm at a club right now. But I'm on a date with my prospect, right? You know what I mean? It's, okay. That's the thing, guys. This is a 24/7 business if you want it to be. I mean, all my conversations lead to Kangen. I never start with what I do, but I always finish with what I do, right? Because it's all about building relationships. This is really big. It's change. And how you guys change. And how willing you guys are to change. When I tell somebody who is obese that they cannot eat McDonald's for a week, what happens? They freak out. Right? That's who they feel that they are. They are McDonald's. I just put a thing on my Facebook, and add me on Facebook and Instagram, guys. That'd be really cool. But I put this video on my Facebook of this dad mowing over this kid's video games. You guys, some of you guys who follow me see that? It looked like there was an exorcism happening after, right? It was like demons were coming out of this guy. His willingness to change was a 0. But if you look at everything you do as an action, and all you are doing is exchanging one action for another action, that's all you have to do. You have to emotionally unattach yourself from what you do all day. And you have to figure out what actions are going to lead you to the real happiness. And your real happiness is your why and your goals, just like what Bobby was saying. So TV, video games, music are a virus. Oh my goodness. They are, because you are your environment. So when you're watching these things, you're listening to other people. Why? You're following someone else's why. Or you're almost brainwashing, your brain fogged. And you don't even know what to do. Once you get rid of these things for 2 months, your life will change. Because what will happen is once you go back to music for about 1 minute, the next day goes by and you're humming the song, you go, I'm thinking about music, this is so weird. But when you get rid of this stuff, all you think about is your why. And that's how you get better. So now I hang out with a lot of network marketing professionals because I attract them into my life from different companies. All of them have a Kangen machine. All of them do not do the business, but they all drink the water, which I think is really cool. And these are some things that all of them do. They do not listen to music. And these are people who are under 30 making anywhere from $10,000 to $45,000 a month. So if you guys are not making that, I would listen. And these are things that they all do. They do not listen to music or very lightly. And when you guys listen to music, I'm like, okay, I'll listen to music when I'm out at a club. When I'm out at nightlife. And it's a treat, right? They do not watch TV. They do not play video games. Parties are meant to build relationships with prospects, downlines, uplines, cross-line, group dynamics. Silence is really big. I'll be hanging out with them and we're not listening to music. We're just talking. And when I go to people who aren't making 10,000 passively or 45,000 passively in their companies, what's usually on? TV, internet, phone. We're silent, we just listen, we let things come up to us, and we just have conversations. Usually our conversations are very deep, they're elevating, and we help each other with our whys. And we're always thinking about improving ourselves. And what are your friends getting you into? Because you are who you hang around with. So are they getting you to do something? Figure out what they're trying to do, what their common purpose is. Because they're going to slowly bump you and nudge you to do something. Something I didn't even realize was happening. I got bumped and nudged to buy a brand new Yamaha motorcycle for my roommate. And I analyzed the whole situation like, how did I do this? And I'm like, he third-partied me, he anchored me, he showed me a demo, he brought me to the Yamaha store, he had Lisana come with her Ducati, and she anchored me and third-partied me. I'm like, you're a really good salesman, I didn't even know that. But he was nudging me that way. Sometimes your best friend, your wife, your mom, your dad, they're nudging you. And you don't even know when it's got to pop, but you know what? They're nudging you in a direction. And one day you're going to realize where you are at. And where you are at, if it's not your why, and you're 40, 50, that's what midlife crisis happen. And that's what I saw with my family.
I like that.
And I'm still working on myself, right? You always have to be working on yourself. You have to come from a place of no ego, and you're always learning. You have to be teachable, no matter where you are. I like this quote from Aaron Thomas: to be able at any moment to sacrifice what you are to what you will become. At any moment. If it's midnight on a Tuesday, you switch exactly what you're doing. Like when I found out the motorcycle I got was not bringing me closer to my purpose, what did I do? I took a loss about a couple $1,000s and sold it in 1 hour. Because you have to be willing to change immediately. The longer you wait for your why, which is everything, which is true happiness. Leaders who develop leaders is what I'm after right now. I don't want to develop followers. Because when leaders develop leaders, that impacts the next generation. And that's what we're trying to do here, guys. We're trying to make all of you guys leaders so you can bring in leaders. So when we're not on this earth anymore, the next generation is better. And that's our legacy. And guys, I truly believe Enagic is the only way. I mean, what do you guys got to do? I've been recruited by almost every network marketing company now. And I do not want to join them. They do not have the product I want. Everything. I mean, what would you want to do? Even if it was different network marketing, if it's, I can't even explain. I don't even know. This is everything to me. I have true happiness. This is everything. This made my whole family's health change. This changed my finances are nothing, guys. Finances give you options to do things that you truly, really want. Like, the cool thing is, I think all those people are my best friends. That's the coolest thing, I think. I'm able to work with my best friends forever. Because I'm not quitting this thing, and we're going all the way to the top. Yeah! We are using Enagic as a vehicle to make our dreams come true, our future wife's dreams come true, our kids' dreams come true. And this has got to be my business team. You guys are going to see us when we're 80 years old. We're going to be doing the same stuff. We're going to be hanging out. We're going to be elevating each other and making each other better to be happy. And that's all we really want, right? Thanks, guys.